Greetings and salutations, I am Scojo in 360, a very special episode for you, not only because we're now in my new studio, I have been moving, so I've been a little off the grid, so welcome to the first video from the new, ever-developing studio. Say hi to Yoda, everybody. But I also am doing a collaboration with a guy that I've gotten to know sort of over Facebook and social media, Mick from 360 Rumors. If you don't know who he is, you should know who he is because he's been doing the 360 thing for a long time. In fact, when I first started, he was one of the first guys that I watched to get the latest information, and I continue to watch him because, let's put it this way, I'm a video producer by trade, so I'm a storyteller. I'm not a good info guy. But Mick is a great info guy. Not only does he have 360 Rumors on YouTube, but he's got a website you can go to as well, and it always gives you the latest information. In fact, when I purchased my GoPro Max recently, it was quite interesting to see that 6 of the 7 predictions he made about the Max before it came out actually came out to be true. So he's the guy you want to go to for the latest information. And the great news of this is that he was flown to China by Kendall for the new QOOCAM release. And he said he would record a report for me from China. I think it's coming in now. Mick, are you there? Can you hear me?
Hey Scojo 360 fans, this is Mick. How are you guys? And I'm here to talk about the QOOCAM 8K to give you guys hands-on impressions. So I was fortunate enough to be invited by Kendall to the lodge and to have a look at the QOOCAM 8K. So if in case you haven't heard about it, this is the camera that has 8K resolution, and it's real 8K, not just like upscaled. And everything about it looks phenomenal. Besides the 8K resolution, it's also the first consumer 360 camera to have 10-bit video, and that makes a huge difference for video quality. Scott will tell you more about that. Photo quality is also amazing, looks like. First of all, it's very high resolution, but in addition, they have this thing they call a RAW Plus. So what it does is it takes a raw burst of 8 shots, and then it merges the photos in the camera, stacks them. You end up with a 16-bit DNG file. The only thing is that Kendall hasn't shown us actual 360 samples, whether for photo or video. They said that it's because they're not yet ready with the stitching. They said that the stitching hasn't been fully optimized yet, and they didn't want people to get the wrong impression. Now, in the meantime, in a couple of weeks, they said that they're going to send a review unit. So I'm going to test it out by then and let you guys know if it's just as good as they say it is. Another cool thing about the QOOCAM 8K, it's got 4K 120 FPS in 10-bit video. So that's the best slow motion that I've seen or I've heard of in a 360 camera for consumers. Previously, we had the 1X, and we know that you can shoot at 3K 100 FPS, but you know that's obviously going to be lower resolution. This is 4K, and it's 120 FPS, and it's 10-bit. So I'm hoping that it's going to be really good. Stabilization is going to be great. If you haven't heard of Kendall, they had the first generation QOOCAM, which had great stabilization. It just didn't become as popular as the 1X, let's say, but it was a great camera in its own right, and it had great features like DNG 8, but the other feature that I really liked about it was the stabilization, and so that stabilization performance is going to carry over onto the QOOCAM 8K. Another cool feature is the touchscreen. So you've seen the GoPro Max, which has a touchscreen, and as Scott says, it's really easy and convenient to use. Now, the QOOCAM 8K does take that a step further because you can actually swipe through the image. So with the GoPro Max, you can see the image, the 360 photo or video, but only one side of it, only a one lens view. Now with the QOOCAM 8K, you can actually swipe through and get a 360 view. So it will be even more convenient to use. Yeah, so this looks like a really cool camera. And if you're thinking about getting a 360 camera or thinking about upgrading for one, this is a solid upgrade. Obviously we'll have to see if it's just as good in real life as the specs say, but from all, based on what I've seen so far, it looks like it's going to be really good. And it looks like Candle knocked it out of the park.
Oh, okay. Hey, thanks a lot, Mick from 360 Rulers. Go to him, subscribe with him, go to his website. He's got all the best information, and he's totally right. This whole 10-bit thing is amazing. I've been using 10-bit. I'm shooting in 10-bit right here on my Lumix GH5. I've been using 10-bit a lot. It's awesome. 8K, I mean, come on. The first time I ever even saw a 360 camera, it was an Insta360 Pro 1, the first version, and that was an 8K camera for $3,500. This one is supposed to come in under $600. So this is on paper a very interesting camera that you may want to hold out for. Now, of course, as we know with a lot of the other cameras out there, if you've gotten any, they don't always deliver, or things sound better than they are. So a couple things to keep in mind though, it does not have a removable battery, and I believe I've heard the charge time is only about 40-45 minutes. There's a reason why they couldn't do a removable battery, but that's pretty bad. I'm not a big fan of that. Also, it's not particularly durable. You do still have to get cases and stuff like that. From what I hear, there are lens protectors, so that could be really epic because it's a 1-inch sensor, it's a big lens, and you don't want to be breaking your lens. So there are some things about it that are already kind of a turnoff, but you'll just have to stay tuned to both me and to Mick in particular, because he's going to be the one to review this camera, because I'm not big enough of a YouTuber. I digress. I will keep you informed as much as I possibly can. For now, I'm rolling out with my GoPro Max and my Insta360 One X because it is almost cross-country ski time, which means more shots of snow from your boy Scojo. All right, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm literally 1 week away from my 1-year anniversary, and I'm literally like 12 subscribers away from hitting my goal of 2,000 in my first year. So hit that button. You might be the 2,000th subscriber. So I appreciate all of you guys. It has been so fun working with you in the first year. Let's go on into the second year by dancing.